My awards package got downgraded because I wasn't in the right social circle. I was a specialist in the army, deployed to Iraq in 2009. Quiet guy, did my job, didn't hang out much after duty hours. Preferred reading in my bunk over playing poker with the squad leaders. Our platoon got hit during a convoy operation outside Mosul. IED strike followed by small arms fire. Driver got wounded, our vehicle was disabled, we were taking rounds from 3 directions. I pulled the driver out while rounds were zipping past my head, dragged him to cover behind the engine block, applied tourniquets to both his legs while returning fire with my free hand, kept him alive until the medevac arrived 20 minutes later. My squad leader, Staff Sergeant Garrett, saw the whole thing. Put me in for a Bronze Star with Valor device. Said it was one of the bravest things he'd witnessed in 2 tours. The paperwork went up through our platoon leader, Lieutenant Preston. He approved it. Sent it to company level with his full endorsement. That's where things got weird. Our company commander was Captain Everett. Nice enough guy, but he had his favorites. Every Friday night, he'd hang out with a group of NCOs and junior officers. They'd play basketball, grab dinner at the dining facility, sit around telling stories. I'd been invited once or twice but never went. Wasn't my scene. I didn't realize that mattered. 2 weeks after the incident, Sergeant Garrett pulled me aside looking frustrated. Dalton, your award got kicked back. Captain wants to downgrade it to an Army Commendation Medal. I was confused. Did I fill out the paperwork wrong? No, the paperwork's perfect. He just doesn't think the action warrants a Bronze Star. But Lieutenant Preston had been there. He'd written a detailed account of what happened. 4 other soldiers gave sworn statements about what they witnessed. Garrett looked uncomfortable. Between you and me, I think it's political. You know how the captain is. I didn't understand what he meant until later that week. One of the guys in our platoon, Specialist Quincy, had been put in for an Army Commendation Medal for organizing supply logistics during a base transfer. Important work, sure, but not combat related. Definitely not life-saving. Quincy was part of Captain Everett's Friday night crew, always playing basketball with him, laughing at the captain's jokes, fitting right in. His award got upgraded to a Bronze Star without Valor for organizing supplies. Meanwhile, mine got downgraded for pulling a wounded soldier out of a firefight. Sergeant Garrett was furious. Went to the company first sergeant, tried to fight it. First sergeant said his hands were tied. Captain had final approval authority at company level. Lieutenant Preston tried appealing to battalion, but they backed the company commander's decision. Said commanders have discretion on award recommendations. The battalion sergeant major pulled me aside one day, old timer with 25 years in. Son, I read your award packet. You earned that Bronze Star, but you need to understand how the game works. What game, Sergeant Major? The social game. Captain Everett takes care of his people. You're not his people. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I thought we were all on the same team. He shook his head. We are, but some soldiers are more on the team than others. You should start showing up to those Friday gatherings. I felt sick. This wasn't about merit, it was about popularity. Quincy got his Bronze Star at a big ceremony. Battalion commander flew in, whole company in formation, his family on video call watching. They made a huge deal about his supply management excellence. I got my ARCOM in the orderly room with just Sergeant Garrett present. No ceremony, no recognition, just a handshake and a piece of paper. The driver I saved, Corporal Wade, came to find me after he recovered. Dalton, I heard what happened with your award. That's complete garbage. You saved my life. It's fine. I didn't do it for a medal, but you earned it. Everyone knows you earned it. Word spread through the platoon. Soldiers started treating Captain Everett differently. Cold responses during formations, minimal conversation, just enough respect to avoid getting in trouble. He noticed. Called a company meeting, talked about unity and teamwork, said awards weren't everything, that we should focus on the mission. Sergeant Garrett raised his hand. Sir, with respect, awards matter when they reflect the truth. Hard to feel unified when politics matter more than actions. Captain's face went red. That's out of line, Sergeant. Is it, sir? Because I've got 2 specialists. One pulled a soldier from a firefight, saved his life, got an ARCOM. Another organized a supply closet, got a Bronze Star. How am I supposed to explain that to my soldiers? The room went dead quiet. You could hear people breathing. Captain Everett ended the meeting early, didn't address the question. 2 months later, he got transferred to a staff position at brigade. We got a new company commander, Captain Sterling. First thing he did was review all recent awards. He pulled me into his office. Specialist Dalton, I've read the statements from your convoy action. This award recommendation should have never been downgraded. I'm resubmitting it. Sir, it's been months. Does that even work? Watch me make it work. 3 weeks later, I got my Bronze Star with Valor at a proper ceremony. Wade was there, walking on prosthetic legs but walking. He saluted me with tears in his eyes. Captain Sterling made a speech about integrity and merit. Never mentioned the previous downgrade, but everyone understood what he was really saying. Quincy kept his Bronze Star. Nobody ever questioned it officially, but everyone in the company knew the truth. That's how I learned awards aren't always about what you did. Sometimes they're about who you know.